It's Astrology Roast. I think it needs to sound like a shitty intro, like a funny shitty intro.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to the 30th ever episode of Astrology Roast.
Oh my god, 30th episode. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Etai, did you think we would ever make it to this very fine day?
I actually did think that because, you know, as an Aries, I don't settle for anything less than the best. So when we're in episode 1000, I will be like, okay, I'm happy.
I'm comfortable with our output. And, you know, we've now worked together on 30 episodes. How has that been for you? Because we have very different work styles. You are a perfectionist. You've got that Virgo moon. You're very regimented. You write everything down in your little notebook. And I'm a bit different than that.
It's true. But I think it really is a confronting experience, but also a learning experience, because every Saturday we go to the same cafe. Shout out Bayano the Rebel, our favorite cafe, with the best people. We sit there and we try to come up with an episode, and we have a conversation, and then Keren will you would go on a rant or down the Gemini roller coaster of thought, and I just need to sit there and learn that I'm also crazy, because I just want to go home and record it right away, every idea that I have, and it's a grounding experience.
Well, I wish people that have been in relationships with me would use the same verbs to describe it.
But I would also
confronting learning experience.
And
beautiful.
Grounding experience.
Grounding.
But I would say mostly the thing I enjoyed the most is your creativity, or Gemini creativity. Is like, I would bring the most dull, boring idea, and you'll just have like the best jokes, and you'll just take it to a whole nother level.
But you write things down and you get the structure there, and you come with so many ideas every week. So I think, it's been an absolute pleasure, a grounding learning experience as well. And a big thank you to everyone out there that's listened and tuned in to one episode or to all 30 episodes.
Wow.
Anyone that's ever written in to request stickers that we've sent overseas, those near and far, we really, really appreciate your support. And some of you have taken the liberty of saying hello to me and Etai in person, which has been the absolute highlight of my entire 30 years of life. So thank you to all of people I've run into in Brunswick, in Collingwood, who've said hi and completely fangirled or fanboyed us. It's been so amazing. I almost wish I could have paid you for that service, because you've given me so much by just saying hi and recognizing me.
Honestly. Episode number 30, 30 years of life. This is the best time to announce that we are going live. We're going to do a live event, live astrology roast event. And it's going to be, open your diaries, open your calendars. It's going to be
Open your hearts.
Open your heart and open your butt if you need to. 12th of January in Melbourne, obviously. So if you need to book your flights, if you need to apply for a visa, whatever it is that you need to do to make it happen, 12th of January 2019. What a way to start the new year than celebrating anxiety with us.
Well, and celebrating other things as well, but we can definitely reveal there's going to be a lot of special guests. It's going to be a really fun and out there event, and if anyone out there has any ideas or questions that they'd like us to answer, or maybe some other special celebrity, D-grade celebrity guests to answer, please write in, send us an SMS or a DM or a letter if you're thus way inclined. We'd love to have everyone included in a range of ways. Really, really excited, and it's going to be free and accessible to everyone, so we'd love for everyone to come. 12th of January. Lock it in. Hopefully I'll be there.
Now, another call to action that we might need from you. So we were thinking...
Sorry, this is a bit hectic and we're just throwing all this at you, but...
It is Sagittarius energy.
It is.
In your face. We were thinking maybe we should do like entry by donation. So if you know about an astrological charity, like, you know, Leo Kids Without Cameras, or Virgos Without Daily Planners, you know, things that we can actually help the society through astrology, let us know. But other than that, just
Yeah, just rock up.
Come along.
Yeah, so excited. What else has been going on, Etai? It's been a pretty hectic couple of weeks for me. So again, to any of the fans and friends who've reached out to ask if I'm okay after last episode when I was ranting a lot about not being okay, I can let you know that I'm fine and all is well, and I really appreciate the love and support. But I also need to come clean about something, because this podcast, if anything, it's been a journey of identity exploration for me and Etai. We spoke about last week, Etai, you came out as a man, and you've been doing that again and again, which has been so powerful and authentic. And I've spoken about a lot of things near and dear to me, which I have otherwise not discussed in the public realm. So I just want to make it really, really abundantly clear that I am a really, really huge stalker. Like, obviously not in the criminal sense, and I've worked in spaces with people that have been stalked, so I know it's no light matter. But anyone that I've ever dated or thought about dating or dated more than once, I have stalked the bejesus out of them. Wow. And I'm so good at it and I'm so skilled at it, and it's such a sickness of mine, and I'm really sorry, but I just want to put it out there on the public record. If this is the public record, I don't know. Or maybe I need to email, mail a letter to my local MP or senator. But I'm a stalker, and I'm sorry, and I'm putting it out there. I've changed my Instagram profile recently to public because I feel like that evens the playing field.
Definitely.
But I'm so good at it. I can know where people are, where they're going, what they've done, who they're friends with, what their LinkedIn profile's about, what their purchasing history is, and it's something I feel like it's very related to being a Gemini. Geminis, I'd love to hear if you feel that way too, but I've been feeling better through stalking. So I just needed to come clean about that. Etai, you've been kind of observing this. Any reflections?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I would say I'm a bit of a stalker myself with some good talents in the realm, but obviously you...
No, you're good.
But you have your own tricks and methods, which I learn from, and every day I learn from you something new, whether it's stalking, whether it's cooking, whatever it is.
Would we say that you learn from my cooking? I think you sit there on the sidelines holding back your criticism.
It's true. It's hard for me not to take people's, like, literally remove people from the kitchen and cook instead of them.
Yeah.
And I learned to accept my Virgo moon every day. But yeah, so Keren's Instagram is open. You can now stalk her back if you want to.
It's such a boring account.
If you want some pictures of fruit of the market.
It's pictures of the fruit in the market.
Yeah, which is, it's inspiring. Sometimes you look at it and you're like, oh, I'm going to cook that tonight.
Everyone on Instagram needs another picture of a market or fruit. Everyone out there has been dying for that.
I met a Capricorn this week that reminded me of why Capricorn is, I wouldn't say the best sign, but the best thing about Capricorns is just like they're so amusing to the air or to the fire signs amongst us, because water signs, they can relate to the earth signs because there's that craving of stability. I know water signs are emotional and blah blah blah, but they're kind of like both complete each other in a sense. Same way that air and fire complete each other. But to me, it was so amusing because, it's one of my friend's sister, and she's 37, and she's a big fan of Bon Jovi. She travels around the world, and she follows him, and she goes to his concerts. And I'm like, yeah, very methodical. How do you say it?
Methodical?
Very methodical, yeah. Very methodical, going around the world, following someone. And I was having dinner with her, and I was asking her, so what's your story with Bon Jovi? Like, because obviously I have my own obsessions that I have. And she said, I really liked him when I was a kid, but then in my 20s, which then she specified from 20 to 34, so for 14 years, she said, in my 20s, I didn't really listen to him because I didn't have the time, because I was busy. And I was like, okay, so you were busy for 14 years. Wow. You couldn't have find time to listen to your favorite musician for 14 years because you were busy. And now that she's 37, she has the time to actually go and fully be a fan. So I was like, we can all learn from a Capricorn. Like, I can't find myself the time to put effort into my life. Like,
cleaning my room. Or...
like, I don't need 14 years. I just need, an hour to clean my room or to actually do something that I need to do. But I'm so obsessed with tasty videos that I can't even, live my daily life. So that was an inspirational moment.
Wow, and how practical that she's somehow managed to combine visiting her brother all the way from Israel in Australia with Bon Jovi tour of Australia as well. She's actually, nipping two things in the bud.
Tick the box. Yeah, well, it's Capricorn. I was talking to my mom the other day and she said, I am taking a paper mache course, but I'm thinking about transferring to a concrete building course because paper mache is not very efficient. Like, I can't really use it. I'm like, how about do both of these things?
Fair enough. Paper mache is like the most useless of crafts.
Yeah, well,
no one needs to do that ever.
No one, but it's just like, she's like, she has free time, she'll find a course to do. And then if the course is not efficient enough, she'll go and study how to build stuff with concrete. Like, okay.
I think she'd be a wonderful concreter, your mom.
Oh, she would. So It is also Sagittarius month.
Yes.
And we've spoken a lot about the star sign. We had a guest from the star sign, Max, which was a wonderful guest. But something that's, I think, you can't say Sagittarius without mention the one and only, the legendary Miss Britney Spears, that is actually born on the 2nd of December, which is the day that this episode is being released. So happy birthday, Britney.
Happy birthday.
What can I say? Britney Spears, an inspiration. I know that a lot of our listeners might not be connected to Britney, but we will dedicate a little bit of time to discuss that phenomenon because I don't know if you know this, but I grew up as a religious, fat, gay kid in...
No, I don't think you've mentioned that.
I don't think I mentioned that enough in the podcast. I grew up in a little town as a religious fat boy, and you could say...
fat religious boy?
I think the core of my identity is that I was fat, and then that I was gay, and then that I was religious.
Okay.
And you could say that I spent the first 15 of my life pretending to be someone that I'm not. You could say that. Or trying to hide everything that I am. I don't think I had another character that I was playing. I think I was just busy hiding everything about me.
Yeah.
But someone that was there as a window of sunshine, as a ray of light, you might say, was Britney Spears. And I remember as a kid listening to her music and just feeling everything, feeling happy, feeling liberated, feeling sexual, feeling like who I am supposed to be, what I'm supposed to be. And I think this is the time to say thank you. But also, Britney Spears is an endless fountain of knowledge. You want to learn about feminism? Let's discuss the way she was treated in the media. Let's discuss the way Justin Timberlake...
Wow, that's our next 30 episodes planned already.
After they broke up and he went around America making jokes on SNL about how he took her virginity.
I never trusted him.
You can't trust an Aquarius.
I never trusted him.
You want to talk about mental illness? Let's talk about Britney's ups and downs. Let's talk about the way that she was taken into rehab and how her medical forms were leaked and how people were making fun of her. And let's talk about, any topic you want to talk about, sexuality. Let's talk about her song, her B-side song, Over to You Now, talking about anal sex, having the quote, I know a place, it's still a secret, you have to work your way around. You want to talk anything, you want to talk about love, every time. It's an endless, you want to talk about social media, her Instagram.
She is the queen of Instagram, the absolute queen. Like, now, admittedly, I didn't grow up with Britney as my idol, as someone that, helped me be who I was. Shocking, I know. I had other celebrities that did that for me, but Britney wasn't up there. But since knowing you, Etai, I've learned so much about her, and I really have come to deeply admire her and her influence on pop culture and also just on people living their best lives. And for those who don't follow her on Instagram, it is a whirlwind, wonderful journey. She is one of the